Hey guys, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. And today I've got a fantastic horror sequel lined up for us. It is Tommy Lee Wallace's 1988 classic, it's Fright Night Part 2. And if you enjoyed the first Fright Night, well, this one is right up your alley because it's got the same fun, the same charm, and just the same overall atmosphere. It's absolutely great. So let's not waste any more time and get right into this one. Here is Fright Night Part 2. Fright Night Part 2 is the miraculously entertaining sequel to the smash cult horror classic Fright Night, continuing the further adventures of Charley Brewster and Peter Vincent's vampire hunting exploits. The film thrives in its traditional humor mixed with outstandingly vivid horror visuals. Robust in characters and exceptional and fearful fun, Fright Night Part 2 is a genuine treat and a perfect companion to the original 1985 production. The film follows Charley Brewster as he is now going to college and seeing a therapist for his traumatized experience after tangling with an ancient vampire named Jerry Dandridge during his high school years. Fully convinced that those horrific events were all in his head, Charley tries to live a normal life with his beautiful girlfriend Alex, yet the past refuses to stay dead as Jerry Dandridge's sultry sister Regine moves into town along with her monstrous entourage to avenge the death of her brother. With the help of a reluctant Peter Vincent and a concerned Alex, can these vampire hunters take out the seductive vampiress's monstrous goons and destroy the Dandridge bloodline once and for all? Or is this ancient evil just too much for them to handle? Get ready for one hell of a fun Fright Night. William Ragsdale reprises the role of Charley Brewster, but this time he gives the character a little twist. In almost PTSD fashion, the film shows the aftermath on what happens when taking on a vampire and living to tell about it. Ragsdale injects the character with a constant sense of paranoia that, when mixed with the comedic atmosphere of the Fright Night series, makes for cinematic gold that is truly original and exceptionally unique. It's an interesting approach and an unorthodox decision for the filmmakers to make, but Ragsdale quite simply nails the tone in all its goofy and unabashed splendor, sending us on a series of events that honestly match the original, while outlining a brand new adventure that feels fresh and new. It's simply outrageous and all sorts of fun, as we watch Brewster deal with the very real fact that he's right back in the thick of things, fighting for his life against a new vampire menace, and the energized performance of Ragsdale is entertaining to say the least. Re-teaming with William Ragsdale is Roddy Mcdowall as the fearless vampire killer Peter Vincent. Bringing that same charm and class that made the character so damn endearing in the first movie, McDowall absolutely shines in the familiar role. As whimsical as he always is, Roddy presents a perfect transition for the character, who after the events of the first film is now confident and proud of the events he survived, but eventually falls back into his terrified shtick with great comedic effect. The newcomers to this series are Tracy Lind as Charley Brewster's cute-as-a-button main squeeze Alex, and Julie Carmen as the super seductive queen vampire Regine Dandridge. Both do a tremendous job in their respective roles, with Lind bringing on the sympathetic and wholesome charm, while Carmen gets down and dirty in the sexy and provocative role. I for one was attracted to both contrasting sides of the two characters, and felt that they perfectly gelled with the overall tonal approach of the film and the Fright Night series as a whole. In summary, Fright Night Part 2 is a pitch-perfect replication of the atmosphere, tone, and fun of the original. Filled with fleshed-out characters, outstanding practical effects, and a whimsically fresh presentation, this horror comedy has everything to quench your genre-loving appetite. Frightfully wacky and uncontrollably entertaining, Fright Night Part 2 goes against the grain on that old rule of thumb that all sequels tend to be inferior to their originals. On the contrary, the production is a true sequel in every sense of the word, as it genuinely continues the story of Charley Brewster and Peter Vincent in unabashed glory and immeasurable fun. In simple terms, Fright Night Part 2 is a vampiric comedy with an outstanding appetite for demented humor and infectious horror-filled fun. And guys, that is Fright Night Part 2, the highly enjoyable sequel to the original Fright Night. And I must say, it is just a fun flick to watch. You really have to check it out, and if you like this kind of horror comedy mix, you're gonna love this one. But guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, guys, I will see you at the next movie review. Take care.